Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. This video includes paid promotion. Well guys, I happened to see this post on Twitter X, and it had me shaking my head a bit. Is this the perfect scenario or not? Take a look. Okay, Graph says it all. First all-time high at $4.10. Second all-time high, $7.60. And third all-time high, $11.80. Now, I don't know. It sounds too good to be true. If we take a look at this chart here, the poster is looking at the XRP chart. Now, note here, guys, this is from Coinbase. The XRP chart isolating the tops of these monthly candlesticks, suggesting that we are forming, well, what I'm assuming is he's suggesting we are forming a base of support down here before we reach some new highs, if in fact this is the base. But, when I take a look at the XRP chart and put it on the Coinbase exchange here and throw it on the monthly, this is what you find. So basically, again, just taking a look at his chart, isolating those bases, suggesting that this is the area right in here. This area right in here is where we're going to see, here, let me just get it down in there. So this area here, just above the wick here on the candlestick, is where we're going to base and rebound. However, there is a bit of a flaw with that theory. I just wanted to bring this to your attention because that is just one chart with limited history on the chart. This is the XRP chart on the monthly with more history on it. Goes back to November 2013. Now, these are the charts that we need to glean the information from. They've got way more information, and it gives you more history so that you can analyze XRP price a little bit more accurately. Good news, guys, on the monthly, I mean, we always tend to see big, stark XRP rallies, right? This was a really big one down in here. And then in the bear market, we tend to see several months of painful downward bearish pressure before we see that next big uptick. So we saw it 2 times in a row now. And guys, we're seeing it again right in here. So monthly candlesticks still looking, well, nothing really that we can glean from this at the moment, but it was a nice try. Guys, I'm just going to interrupt this video for a second. Here's a word from one of today's video sponsors. Guys, let's be honest, the crypto market has been moving sideways for a while now. A lot of people are just sitting on their coins waiting for that next big move. But while you're waiting, your crypto is just sitting idle in your wallet doing absolutely nothing. That's why I'm going to mention it again, the long-standing partnership I have with FortisX. Instead of letting your assets sit idle, you can put supported cryptocurrencies into FortisX liquidity pools and earn daily rewards while still keeping the flexibility to withdraw them anytime you want. And I keep working with these guys because they keep delivering. The team is public. They've successfully completed Cyberscope team verification. So that's KYC. They've passed independent security audits, and the platform has been building consistently for years. They're focused on long-term growth, transparency, and security rather than hype. In a market like this, it makes far more sense to have your crypto working for you instead of letting it sit idle. I've worked with FortisX for a long time, and if you're planning to hold your crypto anyway, I genuinely think it's one of the smartest ways to put those assets to work. Remember, investing is inherently risky. Always diversify your investments. This is not financial advice. Also want to mention this, Michael Saylor has sold over 3,500 Bitcoin for $216 million to fund dividends for their digital credit securities fund. That's right. First, it was a tiny amount of Bitcoin sales, then the purchase of several thousand BTC, and finally today, the unloading of thousands of BTC. What is happening to strategy? Very, very good question. This is especially concerning considering Michael Saylor did say that he was never going to sell Bitcoin ever. I think he posted a tweet saying something like, you should sell a kidney before you sell your Bitcoin. So Strategy's recent Bitcoin trades suggest that the company is attempting to find its footing amid Bitcoin's bearish market slide. Alongside today's news, $216 million worth of Bitcoin sales, the company also disclosed that it had booked an unrealized loss of $8.31 billion on its Bitcoin holdings in the second quarter as the price fell from about 68,000 down to closer to 60,000 in June. There was a main culprit for Saylor's Bitcoin losses, guys. The main culprit for the billions of paper losses, by the way, it's just paper losses, thus far has been a dramatic decline in the price when Strategy sold a tiny 32 Bitcoin to below $58,000 last week. A bounce back to about $64,000 over the July 4th weekend was cut short Monday by a sale of 3,558 Bitcoin, so 3,558. In between, Michael Saylor and team purchased 3,657 Bitcoin at significantly higher prices. So the ups and downs for Bitcoin are causing a bit of a kerfuffle for Michael Saylor and Strategy. Nevertheless, here are some more sales, okay, just from reported just from June. Last month, Strategy sold 32 at the beginning of the month before buying back 3,657 later that month. Today, he just announced that they sold basically all the Bitcoin they bought and bought it back at a lower price. So, I don't know if this strategy is necessarily, the right thing to do for investors. Michael Saylor has a history. You should look into it if you don't know what that's all about. The crypto market is following Bitcoin. We are seeing the fear and greed slowly move up. We are at 28 today. Market cap is up by a little bit today. We are printing some green on the board today. As of this particular moment, though, let's just throw this on the daily chart. And let's just take a look at, so this is the XRP price on the daily chart. You guys can see over the last couple of days, after several days of a rally, XRP is now coming down and trading in around $1.12. This again following the Bitcoin price. So we have seen Bitcoin slide a little bit. Bitcoin on this smaller time frame also printing these lower highs. So are we going to get into a lower low? This is the next question. Right now, this is looking like an inverted pennant pattern or a bearish pennant pattern. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. The good news for XRP holders, if you're a person who is invested in XRP, we keep seeing positive metrics with regards to the XRP cryptocurrency, giving us an indication that investment is sound. Check this out. New XRP wallets just hit 26,000 in a week, the highest since March. That's about a 40% jump from the week before. So this is just an infographic here from Evernorth. New XRP wallets per week. New XRP wallets rose about 26,000, representing about a 40% jump. So we are obviously seeing that institutional money or even retail money, it doesn't really matter. People are interested in XRP. They are opening up new wallets. More XRP is being dumped into those wallets. And it probably is because of the slide in price that we're actually seeing this. Zave Crypto also noting this new partnership here from Nuvion, guys. They just integrated the Ripple RLUSD to power global stablecoin payments and blockchain infrastructure. The RLUSD ecosystem does keep expanding, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. So check this out. Businesses today operate in a world where customers, suppliers, contractors, and partners increasingly span multiple countries and currencies. Yet moving money across borders often remains slow, fragmented, and depend on legacy financial infrastructure that was not built for an always-on global economy. So we know this just from existing over the last 30 years or so. Nuvion, the AI-powered global banking and cross-border payments platform built on fiat and stablecoins for businesses and fintechs, today announced that they are integrating Ripple's RLUSD into their infrastructure platform, expanding stablecoin-powered payments and settlement capabilities for businesses operating across borders. The integration brings the RLUSD into Nuvion's unified global financial platform, enabling businesses to move seamlessly between traditional banks, rails, blockchain-based payment systems, networks through a single infrastructure layer. As demand does grow for faster and more efficient global payments, guys, we are seeing these types of partnerships grow as well. They're increasingly requiring solutions that combine the speed of programmability and blockchain technology with the trust, compliance, and reliability of regulated financial systems. And so by integrating the RLUSD, Nuvion continues to expand the payment and settlement options available to businesses managing global operations, treasury workflows, and cross-border transactions. So another great partnership here with Ripple and Nuvion. Of course, the stablecoin market is growing. This is why Ripple entered the race with their stablecoin, not cannibalizing XRP. In fact, quite the opposite, leveraging XRP to continue to make seamless, efficient payments. Check this one out, guys, from Bill Morgan. Okay, very interested indeed having a cashback in XRP itself. So this coming from Epic Travel, they're paying up to 8% cashback in XRP on every booking. It's not stablecoins, not points, not any other cryptocurrency. It's XRP. And here's the CEO. He has something to tell you about that. Listen to this.
Hi, everyone. Adrian, Epic CEO here. I want to talk directly to our long-standing community. A lot of you have been asking why Epic pays cash back in XRP and not USDC or another stablecoin. Here's the answer. XRP is the fastest, cheapest payment rail in crypto. Transactions settle in seconds and cost a fraction of a cent. When your cash back hits your wallet, you want it instantly, reliably, and not eaten by gas fees. XRP gives you that. Second, we wanted your rewards to be paid in actual crypto, not something pegged to the dollar. Stablecoins are designed to stay still. If you're already in crypto, you didn't come here for a savings account. You came to stack assets. XRP Cashback gives you a position in a real crypto asset you can hold, spend, or stake on your terms. Now, here's what that looks like in practice. If you book, let's say, $10,000 of travel on Epic in a year, you earn $800 in XRP. Do the same thing every year for 5 years. At a flat XRP price, you're sitting on $4,000 in XRP on top of all the trips you actually took. That's just not saving on travel. That's stacking. We're live now at epicchain.io. $25 off your first booking. When you travel, travel Epic.
So stacking XRP when you book with Epic, I've never actually used this company, but it does look interesting. So again, Epic does pay 8% in cashback on XRP on every booking. And they say, you know, it's about the value of XRP. It's not so much about, just kind of giving you anything. It's more about the value that XRP does have intrinsically. So there are a few comments here talking about the tax repercussions with this. Again, you know, the tax implications, I guess not repercussions, implications are going to do with your jurisdiction specifically. So I don't know. Check it out if you're interested. I'll link this in the description of the video. CaixaBank, which is a Ripple partner, guys, did just complete their first agentic payment with Visa. So for those of you guys who do not remember, CaixaBank and Ripple are connected through a broader adoption of blockchain and distributed ledger technology. While CaixaBank is not officially listed as a direct user of Ripple settlements, they do share XRP through the following connections. So they do use third-party providers that do integrate the XRP ledger. So CaixaBank has participated in interbank payment settlement and blockchain projects coordinated by Iberpay, a shared network support as well. They have major banking messaging networks like Swift that they do share as well. And the Spanish competitor integration, direct Ripple partnerships in Spain have primarily been spearheaded by competitors like BBVA, which uses Ripple's digital asset custody and network solutions. Nevertheless, we do have a CaixaBank connection. We do also have a Visa connection. This pilot between CaixaBank and Visa tested the technical feasibility of AI agents making card transactions using existing payment infrastructure. So CaixaBank in Spain has successfully completed a real-world payment initiation by AI agents acting on behalf of human cardholders. Guys, this is the beginning of AI moving into your bank account and now controlling your wallet, your credit cards, all that interesting stuff. I'm not going to say fun stuff because it does sound a little bit disconcerting to me. The bank said the pilot used real card data on standard merchant systems secured by existing tokenization, ID verification, and fraud monitoring systems. Visa did launch the Agentic Ready program in Europe in March this year to help financial institutions test and validate agent-initiated transactions. Further afield, Visa has already tested agentic commerce with other companies like Santander and DBS, which, by the way, are also Ripple partners. So that is interesting. So guys, agentic AI, this is becoming a new theme, a new trend that is kind of, integrating seamlessly with crypto in an interesting kind of way. We're seeing more and more of this as the months go on, and a lot more of these companies we're realizing are already partnered with Ripple. Let's take a look at this one from Sento Sumo Saba. SBI Holdings, or SBI VC Trade, they are within a sneeze of becoming the largest crypto exchange in Japan by accounts. So when you take a look at the press release, okay, announcement of cryptocurrency accounts registrations have exceeded 2 million. After exceeding 1 million accounts in 2025, they have already gone to 2 million. Our company has continued to work to provide customers with safe and secure trading services. And as the only electronic payment method trading company in Japan, they have strived to improve their customer convenience by handling stablecoins and conducting numerous campaigns to promote the use of cryptocurrencies. Furthermore, in April of 2026, we will further strengthen our services base through a merger with BitPoint in Japan. We are deeply grateful for the support we've received, etc. So this is combining accounts for each of the VC Trade and BitPoint services provided by their company. The background to achieving 2 million accounts due to their high volatility in cryptocurrency market has grown through periods of significant ups and downs. As a crypto exchange, we have been able to overcome this turbulent situation and increase our account count through various initiatives. They provide safe and secure trading, of course, development of cryptocurrency specific services. Of course, we know SBI Holdings is a big Ripple partner, one of the largest independent Ripple partners, and one of the earliest too. Full lineup of services to support beginners and experienced traders. So all these reasons as to why they are now becoming the biggest company in Japan for trading. Great news there from Ripple partner SBI Holdings, I gotta say. And so guys, with trading, with XRP being a valuable asset, we're going to also see an increase in value on tokenized networks like Ondo Finance. Listen carefully. You will come to the realization that currently still only a small amount of money can blow up this market. The merge with TradFi is coming, so you got to think traditional finance is huge. And, the crypto, DeFi, DLT systems, blockchain, all that fun stuff, that is going to accelerate traditional finance. It's going to make traditional finance a lot more seamless, obviously more seamless than it is today, removing a lot of that friction. And guys, by extension, that's going to give certain cryptocurrencies a boost. Listen to this.
The only way, quite frankly, to really do this is to tap into that TradFi liquidity that already exists. And that way you can go
no way an AMM
millions.
pool is going to create anywhere near as much as liquidity as possible.
But even right now, like we saw a new competitor launch on Solana last week, and then they screenshot this like, oh my God, we have $6 million in a DEX pool liquidity. Come and buy it with us. And then you literally just have to go on Jupiter and put in a $1 million order, check the slippage. It would be 10% slippage on a DEX pool and 0.1% slippage via us.
I feel like on a $6 million pool, much less than that will blow it out. Like it doesn't take much to like move an AMM pool.
But doing just-in-time liquidity like we do it during 24/5 market hours and overnight is really the only way to do it right.
So it's interesting that they mentioned slippage there on a DEX, a decentralized exchange. You're hearing about 10% that number, but on an exchange like Ondo Finance, you're hearing about 0.1% slippage. So slippage is important when it comes to the price of XRP or the price of any asset that is going to help tokenization. If you are a cryptocurrency that moves value, at the end of the day, if you're moving trillions of dollars, quadrillions of dollars, the price has to be at a high enough price in order to prevent some of that slippage. So along the lines of this, I also wanted to mention this tweet here from Charu-san XRP. The reason people say the XRP price will remain low due to velocity is because they lack knowledge of institutional software integration and market depth, order book depth, and mechanics. A narrow spread cannot exist in a shallow pool. So again, if there's not a lot of liquidity, we're going to see a lot of volatility if the unit price of XRP remains at low levels. Now, he's considering low levels, $10 to $20. The total liquidity pool in the market stays shallow when trillions of dollars in global banking, institutional volumes, and FX volume or DTCC settlements, etc., enter this shallow pool. The spread you mentioned instantly blows up and catastrophic price slippage occurs. So, you're hearing 10% from Ondo Finance. Think of it if it was, 50% slippage. That just would not be attainable. That would not be feasible in an institutional market. So high price is liquidity itself. The only way to provide a narrow spread and zero friction at an institutional level is to increase the pool's depth to an astronomical level. So you do need to increase liquidity. You do need to increase the pool's depth. For the pool to deepen, the unit value of XRP must be systematically set to a higher price. So he's saying anywhere between $100 and $300 per coin. Again, I guess it's going to depend really on how much value you're moving. I mean, maybe if it's trillions of dollars, 100 to 300. If it's quadrillions of dollars, maybe it's in the 4 digits. So we will see whether it's through revaluation or whether we will see this through, a constant increase in XRP price. We've heard many theories about, this idea that maybe XRP will go dark and the next day it'll be revalued at a certain price. We wake up in the morning and it's a certain price. I don't know how that's going to look. XRP is traded on the open markets. One thing is for sure, though, we do need a mechanism that will allow for less slippage once we do see XRP really being utilized in a real world setting. Again, guys, we are at a really interesting inflection point, I think, for crypto. We have clarity coming about. We have the XRP price coming down. Again, this is the daily chart. Let me throw this on the hourly to show you guys that, the trend still looking, actually, let's throw it back on the daily to show you guys the trend here, guys, still moving down for XRP. We are still forming lower highs. I still think we're going to get down to lower prices. That's my personal opinion. You guys can always follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing. The subscription is only $5 a month, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock into that price. Also want to mention that I have the Working Money Channel merch store here if you guys are interested in helping to support the channel. Purchase some Working Money Channel merchandise. Link is in the description, and I'm offering 15% off until the end of the summer. That's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.